Use this next tip mainly in the evenings, unless I'm working a lot throughout the day looking at a screen. But these blue light glasses, I used to think they were just sort of people that wanted to look cool, but after trying a pair and getting my own, they actually make a huge world of difference. So there's basically a bunch of different lights going on in our everyday life, and you can only see a couple of them. And it just takes a lens like this blocks out the blue light, to really understand the difference that these make on your life. So I can actually put them on the camera lens and you'll see a difference. So you can see it looks a lot lighter and blue right now, but when I put this lens onto the camera, you can see it really changes out the blue light. It looks a lot warmer when I take them off to when I put them on. And it's crazy how much of a difference it makes at night. If you're just staring at the screen by itself, you'll see and notice that when you turn it off, your body still feels like it's energized and wired. But when you're using these, it's almost like working with a backlight behind your monitor or just like low lights, and it allows you to transition from staring at a screen to going into rest a lot quicker. Obviously, you don't want to be rested during the day while you're working. You want to have that energy, but still, this doesn't take away from that. During the day, it actually just takes away the eye strain. So I find myself not getting a headache or not having some type of like mental eye strain while I'm looking at screens throughout the day, because these are blocking out that harsh blue light. Again, the nighttime routine is one of my favorites to use, but even if you're working in an office, like with those high fluorescent lights that are really bright, just tossing these bad boys on, you'll look cool, see better, feel better. It's an easy way to hack on to what you're already doing. I've always been really focused on getting my 8 to 6 hours of sleep every night, but this little ring, the Aura Ring, has drastically changed what is going on in my body during those 6 to 8 hours of sleep. So I'm going to pull up this app on my phone and I'll go through it with you. If you don't have the paid plan, which is around $5 or $6 a month, it's just going to show you a simple metric of readiness, sleep, and what the scores are. But the $5 to $6 a month, in addition to buying the ring, allows you to actually go into the readiness score and give a breakdown of what you've done the past week and why your score is at where it's at. And then in the bottom, you can actually click on readiness. I can get a view of my resting heart rate, my body temperature, how my heart rate varied through the night. And then if it's optimal or suboptimal, whatever it is, I can give a baseline reading of the contributors. And it'll tell me the recovery index, so the amount of rest that I had last night did not match up to the amount of activity that I did yesterday during the day. So that lets me know that I need to kind of focus a little bit more on rest today, and choose my exercises a little bit differently, maybe not as intense today, so that I can recover better. This thing is great. Depending on how I feel and I look in the app, it kind of always lines up. If I got a bad night's sleep, I know what I'm looking at in this app. It's usually going to be in the 60s, 70s, low 70s. But it's great for sleep overall as well, so I can look and see that I had a 90 sleep score last night. I had more time in bed because it was a Sunday yesterday, so I was in bed a little bit longer, but I can see that my REM sleep was a little low. If I'm looking at something like from a couple days ago where I got like a bad score, like a 76, the total sleep will be lower. And it's through this that I've learned, when I need to stop eating. So for me, an hour and a half, at least 90 minutes before I go to bed, I need to stop eating. Because if I don't, my body is basically working on that food throughout the night, and it doesn't allow me to get into my rapid eye movement sleep or REM sleep, which is like the restorative sleep. My body's going to be working on digesting that food, and by the time that it's done, it'll be out of that phase in my REM, and I won't get the restful sleep that I need. So just laying in bed for 6 to 8 hours and getting the time isn't necessarily the most beneficial thing. Trying to optimize that health with an Aura Ring or some type of sleep tracker is great, because it'll give you individual factors that are affecting your sleep on how you can change those. So whether it's hydration or eating too late, or getting light in your eyes too late, this thing is really great for picking out those individual things that can just make you 1 to 10 to 50% better sleep. And we all know that sleep is the most vital stage in our day. So if you can just make that 10% better, it has such a drastic effect on your eating patterns, your weight moving up or down on the scale, your energy levels the next day. So it is quite an investment. It's a few $100s for the ring, and then $5 to $6 a month for the app. But on money spent, it's a huge investment. When investing in sleep already from a time perspective is so important. So putting money behind that and trying to make the most out of that time that you're sleeping, it's night and day in my life. It's something that I recommend. If you can make it happen, make it happen.